What's up, folks? Welcome to Talk and Rock episode 2 in the Top 10 series. I'm your host, Mike, and tonight I'm joined again by my fellow friend from Germany, Rainer, to talk about our top 10 favorite Iron Maiden songs. What's up, buddy? Welcome aboard again. You're here. It's good to see you again.
Thank you, Michael. Pleasure is on my side. I have to say, you're a fantastic host. So therefore, I'm really looking forward to have that session again. So
Thank you.
it will be a great session. I'm very certain about that.
Did you have any difficulties squeezing in the top 10?
Of course, I mean they have such a great catalog, Iron Maiden. So it was quite difficult to get it to a top 10. So some songs very close to be in the top 10, I have to admit. But in the end, it was quite clear then, my selection, yeah.
All right. Let's say two things. First, how many songs do you think we are going to have in common in our top 10? Let's bet.
I bet four.
Four.
Four. Yeah, because the reason is I told you when we made already the album ranking,
Yeah.
I'm not that typical Iron Maiden fan. I came very late to my loving of Iron Maiden. So therefore, I think I judge things in a quite untypical way, like I did already. You remember in the album ranking where I had some shocking news.
Book of Souls top 3.
Oh, I had some shocking news for you in that, and so therefore I think this time it will be not that shocking, but there will be some surprises. Therefore, I keep it a little bit on a low level. Four.
All right then. Okay, and the second thing, would you like to say some honorable mentions before we actually start with the number 10 to see what
Oh,
almost made it to the top but it actually didn't?
oh yes, yes, yes. Normally, I would have made the top 15, to be honest. So therefore, the very closest one, almost in the top 10, and because it's really one that defines the signature sound of Iron Maiden, that was Phantom of the Opera. That was very,
Oh,
very, very, very close.
this is
Very,
this
very,
is
very, very
my
close.
first honorable mention as well.
Ah, good to hear. Good to hear. So here we have already an overlapping, but that's not one of the four. So therefore, let's wait and see. The next one, Rothschild from the album Killers.
Oh,
I
my
love I
okay.
love that because it's also in the live version. I really like it.
My second one would be from the Brave New World, Dream of Mirrors.
Ah, fantastic. Yeah,
All right,
that's a great song. That's a
it
great song.
is that
Yeah.
the dream is true.
And yeah, absolutely, absolutely, absolutely.
What about your third?
My third, that would be Death of Kells.
Ooh,
Death of the Kells from Senjutsu.
yay!
I,
Wow.
I was a little bit split whether I take it into the top 10, but in the end, as I said already in the album ranking, Senjutsu is for me, the whole album is like one song. So the album is the shining star. And there is only a few bits where I think this is extraordinary on that album. So therefore, difficult to select one song out of that album. And so therefore, I said Death of the Celts. It's a little bit special on that album. So therefore, it almost made it into the top 10.
All right, so my third honorable mention is also from Senjutsu, Writing on the Wall.
Riding on the Wall, great.
Very, very untypical southern riff style. When
Yeah,
it came out, I
yeah,
was digging it a lot. It's become one of my favorite hits. Let's call it. It's a lot radio friendly.
great.
Yeah. What's next?
The next is from the album Book of Souls. It's
Hmm.
the Great Unknown. I like that. I like that song. It's it's very special to me, and yeah, nothing more to be said about that, but I like the song. It's to me, it's very special.
My fourth is 22 Acacia Avenue.
Ah,
Very, very close to actually
wow,
make. Yeah, very, very close.
wow, wow, interesting.
All right.
Well, and my fifth one is When the Wild Winds Blow, especially in the
Mm.
live version. Great song.
Yeah, I love it a lot as well.
Yeah.
Well, my last one would be the title track from Brave New World. Brave New World.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, two
Fantastic.
from Brave New
Fantastic.
World. All right,
Great.
honorable mentions are done. Let's start saying. I'm very curious. So you say we're gonna have four in common. I say we're gonna have three. The stage is yours. Number 10.
Okay, number 10 is Remember Tomorrow from the album Iron Maiden.
Ooh.
And there is one reason why I had to take this in here because uh, I simply need to appreciate that this is the only song from the Paul Diano area where I would never say, "Oh, this is a song where I would prefer to hear it from Bruce Dickinson." So it's in that era the only song where I think that's a perfect fit between the voice of Paul Diano and the composition of the song. In all the other cases, that there are some other cases from the Paul Diano area where I would always say it's a nice song, but please let it be sung by Bruce Dickinson. But this is really very special. And I mean, it's also interesting. In one of the last interviews that was given by Bruce Dickinson, even he mentioned he will never sing "Remember Tomorrow" again live because he finally understood this is a song that needs to be sung by Paul Diano. I think I mean it also some honorable words to Paul Diano now that he passed away. But I think also he now has that understanding. That's a special song for Paul, and so therefore my number 10.
Good point. I generally believe that the whole debut album from Maiden is. I cannot really imagine Dickinson on it. I really enjoy Paul's voice on it. But very interesting pick, this one. Wow, the Ano era. All right. Well, when it comes to my number 10, it's one of the first three songs that I actually was attracted to the band. Like, this is what pulled me to the band. The first two
Mhm.
songs that I actually listened from Iron Maiden was Running Free and Phantom of the Opera. So the third one is The Fear of the Dark, which is one of the all time
Mm.
classics. It's become an anthem, especially after the especially the I don't know if you've watched the live in Rio with
Yes.
the
Yeah.
whole I don't know how many thousands of people singing along. I mean, I just couldn't skip it. I've listened to it so many times, and I think it deserves to be in my top 10 because of the way I was pulled into the band. And it's a killer, it's a classic, and always on the set list of Iron Maiden. So, therefore, number 10, Fear of the Dark.
Wow. Wow. Interesting. And I would have expected it a little bit higher in your list, but anyway. Um, yeah, my number 9, and that's a little bit surprising maybe because it's The Klansman.
Oh,
It is it
wow.
is it is originally from Virtual 11, I know, but of course I always prefer the version exactly from Live in Rio. Such a fantastic live version, and I think that shows the live version shows how fantastic the song is. I mean, it's it's a song that is Scottish flavored, I would say. It has a Scottish story, so therefore it needs to be Scottish flavored. So the melody and the lyrics, and yeah, it has especially a very nice and catchy refrain with the freedom. I love that. I love that. I love that. And so therefore it just simply had to be within the top 10.
Or
So my number 9.
talking about catchy choruses, I couldn't skip in my top 10 a song from the Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Superpower protagonist who had who had the power to control his visions. So basically, he was a clairvoyant. So the clairvoyant is great intro with the bass, killer riffs, banking chorus. I mean, catchy. When it's time to meet, when it's time to die, when it's time to meet the maker. Great. I love it. I love it. I love it. So number 9, the clairvoyant. One
Very
of
nice
the
song.
one of my favorite Iron Maiden songs.
Very nice song. Very nice song. I agree. It's great. So, coming to my number 8, and this is Where Eagles Dare. I
Peace of
mean,
Mind, first song, right? Intro song.
yeah, exactly, exactly. So first of all, you know me meanwhile quite well. I'm a fan of drumming, and so therefore, Where Eagles Dare, it is driven by the drums of Nico McBrain, and especially I love in this case the story behind the drumming of Where Eagles Dare, and I read this in the autobiography of Bruce Dickinson, where he said he wanted to have that special double bass drum kick in the beginning section of Where Eagles Dare. And Nico McBrain told him, no, you can't, I can't play that because I don't have a double bass. And so therefore you can only play this with a double bass. So forget about that. We have to play the intro in a different way. And Bruce Dickinson was thinking, how can I convince him that he needs to play it that way? And he simply said, oh, well, Nico, if you think so, but I would place a bet that Ian Pace would be able to play it with one bass drum. And then he says in the book that Nico McBrain went 2 days into his practice room. And after 2 days, he came out of the practice room and he said, now I got it. But I will never play that song live. And then when they went on tour with the album, they had exactly that song as every first song during the tour. So I can almost feel how Nico McBrain felt when they said to him, "Well, that's always the introduction song." I love that story. I love the song. Therefore, my number 8.
Yeah, it's actually true that I don't know if many people know this, but Nico McBrain doesn't play double bass ever.
Yeah, yeah,
So whatever technique he's using, because there are techniques to make your one foot sounds like two,
yeah,
he has mastered it, and it's yeah, that's why he's one of the best.
absolutely.
So my number 8 describes the Battle of Britain against the Germany, the Nazis of the Germany in 1940.
Ah,
This song is ballistic, constant war atmosphere, aggression, heavy riffs, vocals, phenomenal double solos, and the scream in the end. So I guess we're talking about Aces High.
sure.
Uh, what a killer song! And I saw it live like 2 years ago. They were, if I'm not mistaken, they were ending the whole setlist with it, and the aeroplane coming on the stage. Like,
Wow.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's great song, very aggressive. Whenever I am listening to it, feels like a mayhem. Like I'm in the war zone. Great stuff, great
yeah,
compositions, everything. Aces High, number 8.
fantastic. Love
Yeah.
that song too. Love that song too. Um, my number 7, The Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner from
I
Power Slave.
I knew you would have this.
It's first of all my judgment, and maybe I'm wrong when I look at the history of the whole discography, but I deem this as being the first real Iron Maiden epic because
Long, long epic, yeah.
it's long. It's almost 10 minutes. It's very well constructed, and you know me meanwhile very well. I love those songs which have a frame and some interlude section, and this is everything in this song of Iron Maiden. So therefore, I think it's fantastic from the composition. I love the interlude where Bruce Dickinson is like reading from an ancient novel with his very characteristic voice, and then in the beginning it has nice speed and nice versions of this typical polyphonic guitar solos. So very very good, and it has the same in the end, and then the middle section like that novel. So fantastic, love it, great song.
Number 7 for me is as well a long epic one. A song about the world in general and how everything is going to shit, literally. We're going only to wars. I'm talking about Hell on Earth.
Ooh,
Yeah, from Senjutsu. The first surprise
Wow.
for you here, huh?
That's a big surprise to me. Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
First time I listened to this song, I was instantly hooked, even though it has 3 minutes and 33 seconds intro. If I'm
Yeah,
not mistaken, it has very
yeah,
long intro,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but it has very beautiful melodical solos, awesome rhythmical marching parts, and very memorable vocals. I mean, and and in the middle section when
Yeah.
there is the change that he says, "Lost in anger, life in danger." Like, I mean, it's great, great.
Ah, you're right.
Um, okay, it has special place in my heart. I am digging it 3 years now because it's 3 years song. Yeah, it's my favorite epic from. Should I spoil it? Yeah, I'm gonna spoil it. It's my second favorite long epic
Ah,
from the discography, and it belongs to number seven because in number six is the other long epic where I'm gonna get after your turn.
okay. So then I will start with my number six. Also quite epic. It's "Hallowed Be Thy Name" from The Number of the Beast.
Fuck yeah.
I love the intro. I need to say the intro where you have especially the very well matching of the lyrics, where it describes that someone is waiting to be brought into the gallows hall, and you hear even the chiming bell. So very well constructed at the beginning, and then it turns into a very very nice metal song. And also in the second part of that song, where it's a little bit more driven, again this typical polyphonic guitar sound. And I think in the end I came to the conclusion, maybe from the storytelling character, this is the best storytelling song that Iron Maiden ever made. I really appreciate that. It's a very very good song.
It's about a prisoner
Yeah,
who awaiting death sentence.
exactly, exactly. And very very nice how they brought this into music construction. Very good, like it.
So my number six is it's clearly long epic. My favorite long epic from Iron
Mhm.
Maiden, and it's about a man trying to rise up in the social ladder through hard work, actually, from what
Yeah,
I was reading when it comes to the story behind it.
yeah.
And eventually he's betrayed by his own passions. And it's, I think it's actually a book in French, if I'm not mistaken. I'm talking about Book of Souls and the Red and the
Oh,
Black.
yeah. Ah,
Yeah,
very
I
good.
I freaking love this song. I 13 minutes in Metal Paradise. So many different sections, so many, so huge instrumental parts, which is very atypical, that long instrumental parts. And I especially like the around ninth, because it's 13 minutes, around the ninth minute it starts something like
Yeah, 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 yeah.
and it changes from heavy metal like some epic metal,
Mhm.
something different. Yeah, so much diversity in this song. Great vocals as well. The intro, okay, I mean it could be better. This long bass, but yeah, definitely my favorite. And you know that I'm not the biggest Book of Souls fan. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, it was around number nine, I think, or somewhere there.
Yeah, 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 somewhere.
Yeah, but this song is a freaky killer, and it's my number six.
Wow, fantastic. Interesting. Yeah, coming to my number five,
Mm-hmm.
and this is my personal hidden gem as a song from Iron Maiden, and it comes from my hidden gem album from Iron Maiden, because my hidden gem album. Remember when we made the album ranking? That's a matter of life and death. I always underestimated that album before I made a deep dive into it, and I said, "Wow, how fantastic is it?" And my favorite song from that album is "The Legacy," the last song.
No.
I'm always blown away when I hear it because, first of all, it has a very, if you ask me, British characteristic as a song. Um, from especially in the beginning phase, in the beginning 2 to 3 minutes, it reminds me even a little bit like compositions from Fish from the early era of Marillion. Also
Oh,
the way how Bruce Dickinson sings, it's very close to the vocal sound of Fish. And then, of course, when the first 3 minutes are over, then it goes into an almost epic song. Also, this song almost 10 minutes long,
it's a
and
long one.
it starts almost like a ballad, but in the starting phase as a ballad, it has already in its luggage the dark and heavy tone of the second part of the song. So therefore, I love that kind of journey which this song creates. And yeah, it's a kind of an epic. I love the way how it's constructed. Very, very nice.
Uh, Big minds are connected here. My number five is also from Amolad. Yeah, the whole album, the whole theme is about war, obviously. So this is a war song that begins with a soft intro representing the, let's say, the calm before the storm, and then in the middle section, bam, all in your face. I'm talking about "These Colors Don't Run." This is
Yeah,
my favorite song from Amolad, and it's not only about the feelings of the soldiers who are going to war in every country whenever they are called upon, but it shows also, if you check the lyrics, it shows a small glimpse of the people who are left behind,
yeah.
missing their loved ones who actually went to honor their country. So it's a freaky, fucking amazing intro. Na 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 na. Yeah, and then bam, in the middle of the war zone, it hits. Great drums. I told you many times you love drums. Nico McBrain is his best drum work, in my
Yep.
opinion, from the whole catalog. And powerful, heavy, everything that you want from an Iron Maiden song, and definitely in my top 10. And as you see, top 5.
Wow, very interesting, especially the perspective you take when you look at that song. Very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Quite new to me, but I agree. It's a great song. Absolutely, absolutely. So, um,
Number 4.
my number four, "Fear of the Dark" from the same titled album.
How many we have in common so far? We have Fear of the Dark.
"Fear of the Dark." I think we have.
Actually, only Fear of the Dark so far.
I think so. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah.
damn. All right, let's see. Let's
But
see.
short spoiler: a second will come,
I'm
and
definitely sure.
maybe a third. I don't want to tell too much. Just a
Let's see.
second. I just have to plug in my power supply. It went out.
For
Just a
sure.
second. I'll be back. Here we go. Problem
Oh,
fixed.
all right.
So, "Fear of the Dark" from the same titled album. In all honesty, "Fear of the Dark" was my second experience with Iron Maiden. As
Mm.
I told you, I came quite late to my favor for Iron Maiden songs, and I understood also quite late that Iron Maiden isn't a typical heavy metal band, but it's really, really one of those bands who can make great epic compositions.
Which
I
song?
understood this.
Which song pulled you to the band?
The song that pulled me to the band was actually Aces High. Aces High, the first thing I heard from Iron Maiden, and I thought, oh my God, I always thought Iron Maiden is just a boring metal band. And I think, oh, I have to look into the discography. And then it went away again. And then years later, I heard Fear of the Dark, my number four, and I immediately loved that song. And it was especially the first song where I was not only thinking, "Oh, Iron Maiden is an interesting band," but it was the first song that motivated me to buy an Iron Maiden album. So my first Iron Maiden album was Fear of the Dark. I still love it. I still appreciate that.
That's why it was your second favorite album, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Behind Brave New
Yeah,
World.
yeah, exactly. And especially that song. I mean, especially when it's played live, it has so catchy lyrics. It has catchy melodies. I mean, also in the more introductional parts, when Yannick Gers starts his guitar, the whole audience always is sing the melody,
Yeah.
and the whole audience is repeating what Bruce Dickinson is singing when it comes to the chorus. So that's absolutely fantastic. And yeah, great song, love it. And especially Bruce Dickinson's voice. He uses his able to vary in his voice character within this song. So he has so many different characteristics of his voice in that song, and that's what makes Iron Maiden to me, partly. And so therefore, great song, love it. Number
Oh,
four.
okay, my number four, it's a song about being away from home, specifically after the overlong Power Slave tour that the band did, and they had their own personal problems. What a phenomenal intro! And when I was a kid, I was when I was listening to this song for the first time, I was like, what is he playing? What is he doing? You know, I was teenager, like young, and I was like, I want to be this guy. I want to play this. Nothing else, you know. uh, I'm obviously talking about Wasted Years.
Oh,
Damn, son.
oh,
Yeah. I mean, very distinctive intro. Like you hear it and you're like, Wasted Years. I mean, you can hear 2 seconds of the song and say, Wasted Years.
yeah,
It's very, very unique intro.
yeah, you're right.
I love the solo. And I think it's the best composition from Adrian Smith. He wrote it alone.
Yeah.
So thank you, Adrian. Keep rocking, buddy. And Wasted Years number four. By the way, very, very similar to Wasted Years is the Shadows of the Valley.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
It's very, very, very
yeah,
similar
yeah, yeah,
style.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got it. Well, great selection. Love it. Good song. Yeah, my number three, and here we have the next overlapping between our two lists. That's Aces High from Power Slave.
Oh, of course.
I mean, it has so many. Now that I know much more about Iron Maiden and about their history. I mean, Aces High. When you look at the band, Nico McBrain and Bruce Dickinson, both enthusiasts of aviation, and so that whenever they kick off a live show with that airplane crashing in, or sometimes they close it, like you have seen it. Always awesome, always awesome. And I love the song with all the dynamics, like you already explained. It's really really fantastic, and also very typical, that intro with the quotes of the historical speech of Winston Churchill. So
Yeah.
it's so characteristic, because they want to tell stories, they want to create links to a book, to a novel, to a history. So they have that fantastic background always in their songs. So therefore, love that song. And as I told before, my first door opener into the Iron Maiden world. And I'm really grateful that I heard that song, because maybe otherwise I would not be sitting here today.
The magnet, the metal magnet.
Exactly, exactly.
All right. My number three, we are going now to my top three. I think you're going to be surprised, maybe not. I'm not sure if I don't remember what exactly did I say in the last podcast about this. Um, yeah, basically the lyrics of this song, it's about a metaphor of life with a ship sailing to the west towards the sun, that it represents the death. And if you see the artwork, there are many ghosts of navigators around the in the artwork, and basically what it could mean, but nobody knows for certainty. With a certainty, is that maybe it's about people who lost control in their life, and therefore they are like ghosts of the they don't have the navigation
Yeah,
anymore. They are
yeah, yeah.
lost. Ghost of the Navigator used to be for 3 years my alarm. Yeah, thank God it starts slowly, slowly before it hits. And then, when it hits, I'm like, okay, now I have to wake up, Uh, I freaking love it. If I'm not mistaken, it's a composition of Janik. If I'm not mistaken, I would have to check that. I don't
Yeah,
remember.
could be. Yeah.
My favorite song from Brave New World, by far.
Wow,
Yeah.
great selection.
All right. Thank you.
Awesome song.
Thank you, man.
Awesome
Thank you,
song.
man.
Awesome song. Yeah. Now we crunch it to the top two. It's
Spicy.
spicy, very spicy. My number two, The Trooper
Oh, a
from
classic.
Peace of Mind. Exactly, it's a classic, and um, actually, to me, The Trooper is the Nico McBrain song. So he played it even in some drum clinic sessions. So it's really awesome how he plays it with that kind of setup that he normally has. As you said, never a double bass drum. So therefore, really awesome. And to me, it's the combination of Nico McBrain and Steve Harris, how the two of them drive the whole song into that speed. That's for me partly very typical for Iron Maiden. And in all honesty, I don't think that the song has the most virtuoso kind of that typical signature guitar sound where you have that polyphone guitar playings, but it's one of the most catchy versions of that kind of polyphonic guitar sounds. And so therefore, this combination together with Nico McBrain's drumming and Steve Harris bass, that makes it very special to me, and therefore I put it on number two.
I've actually tried to play the Trooper in the guitar, and it's very fast.
Yeah.
It is very fast.
Ah,
And I'm not
okay.
talking about the intro riff, I'm talking about the actual rhythm guitar behind it.
Yeah.
Uh, I don't know if somebody should play this with alternate picking,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
if you try to play it only down strokes, I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, you're gonna have problem with your wrist, definitely. It's very fast.
Interesting.
Yep.
Interesting.
My number two, we are overlapping, my friends. The Prisoner. Hallowed be thy name. I mean,
Ah.
yep. You thought for a second that I would say the actual Prisoner, which is also a great song. A
Yeah.
great song.
You're right. You're right.
Uh, the Hallowed be the name. I thought it would be my number one, but the it's I don't know. It's like somebody whispering to your ear a dark experience that it's about to happen. It's like a dark story.
Yeah.
Very dramatic intro. I love
Yeah.
everything about the song, the way it starts. And of course, then it becomes what it becomes. I wish it was 10 minutes and not 7. I think it's 7 minutes. Since the first day I listened to it, it was always my favorite. But then I listened to my actual favorite, so it dropped to the second place. I don't know. Let's try. We're gonna try to guess what is my top first and what is your top first. But yeah, I'm not gonna spend more time analyzing Hallowed Be Thy Name. I think this song should be in every top 10 Iron Maiden. I mean,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
for everybody. I mean, yeah, it's very beloved among the fans.
No doubt about that. Absolutely.
Okay, now I have to guess your number one. Eh? Phew,
Yeah.
this is
Give
gonna
it
be
a try.
this is gonna be very hard, man. Okay, I will try to guess the album, and if I'm right,
Yeah.
you're gonna say yes.
Okay.
Um, Brave New World
Yes.
is the album, and now
Yes.
I have to find the song.
Right. Yeah.
Eh? Damn. Uh, don't tell me it's the Ghost of the Navigator. I'm gonna fly from the window.
No, it isn't.
Too bad. Okay, spit it out, son.
It's Blood Brothers.
Wow.
It's Blood Brothers.
Nice,
And,
man.
and there
Respect, respect,
and,
respect.
and there is one simple reason. I think that Blood Brothers is the heavy metal hymn that was ever written.
Wow.
Because I think also the way Bruce Dickinson normally um, brings this to the live audience, he creates by always shouting that we are blood brothers. It creates that link between him and the audience, between the band and the audience, to show the hard and heavy and the metal community, they are all blood brothers, or we are all blood brothers, because we have that enthusiasm for that kind of music.
In
And
common.
this is why I always get some goosebumps when I listen to that song, especially the live version again in the Live in Rio. Excellent, absolutely excellent. And I mean, there are some passages in the song where the audience always sings the verses together with Bruce, which is fantastic. And normally the audience is louder than Bruce, and that's already an achievement. And the second thing is, there are also, as you know, from especially from the Live in Rio album, there are also those passages where the audience starts clapping, and the way he motivates the audience to start with the clapping, I always thought that this was a reserved right to Queen and We Will Rock You. And Bruce Dickinson had a very smart idea to say, well, I can adapt this for Blood Brothers, and it works in every live show as far as I have seen it. And it's really that kind of song that goes directly into my ears, into my arms, into my legs, into my feet. So I can't listen to that song without with just sitting still. It's impossible.
And
It's
great
really my favorite
and
one.
great melodic solos as well.
Yes. Yes.
Janik is playing great also.
Yes.
I love it. I love it. And actually, it was one of the songs that impressed me the most when I saw them live. It was great. The whole atmosphere.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great
Yeah.
choice. Hats off.
Thank you.
Now it's your turn to guess mine.
Wow. Now I have to admit, I haven't done my homework. I should have walked through the album ranking again, because maybe that would give me already an indicator. But I know you, that you are also very much keen on the more um classic albums.
Uh,
Normally, I would have said it's from the album Seventh Son of the Seventh Son, but the Clairvoyant was already mentioned in the special honoring. So therefore, I think
so
then
don't worry. Don't let it fool you. It's from the Seventh Son, second one. So yeah, it is from the second.
it is
From the
it is
it
from the
is.
Seventh Son of the Seventh Son. Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Um, well, then it can be The Evil That Men Do, or Can I Play with Madness?
So which one do you think it is?
The Evil That Men Do.
None of them.
None of them. Ah, come
It's
on.
yeah, it's very atypical for me to love this song so much.
Okay.
They are not playing it live, and
Okay.
it's about nightmares and tormented dreams.
Ah, Infinite Dreams.
It's the only song from Iron Maiden that I know the lyrics. Now I can sing it to you, all of it.
Wow.
I don't know what got me into this song. I think whenever I was probably around 12, 13 or something, or maybe 14, and I used to play
Yeah.
bass guitar, I
Yeah.
actually learned this song with my bass guitar teacher,
Mhm.
Gaspar. And Since that day, and that was like, I'm now 32, and back then I was 14, so you can do the maths. Since then, it is my number one Iron Maiden song. And
Wow.
I just cannot explain it. I mean, I like the thematic thing, the
Yeah,
thematic album,
yeah,
everything. It's so mysterious, intrigue, the whole album with the
yeah.
superpowers and the keyboards, which is very unusual for the Maiden. But yeah, I mean, since then, I haven't listened a better song than this for me. But it's such a pity that they never played live. Like, I don't know when was the last time when they played it live, but it's Infinite Dreams is, you know,
Wow.
surprise there. I was
Eh,
right. We had three in common.
yeah. Congrats. Congrats. Very, very,
I was
very well
thinking,
predicted. Yeah.
yeah, I was thinking how would be the name Fear of the Dark, and I was like, I was betting we're gonna connect in another one, and it was Aces High. So yeah,
Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Great
wow,
prediction.
a great list you have.
Thank you. And
Uh,
and you as well. Very, very interesting views on the songs. Great. Love it.
I mean, I'm surprised by Remember Tomorrow. I don't listen to the song almost at all. Uh, but yeah, music it is what it is. And I've seen other Iron Maiden top, I don't know, top 10 or whatever ranking, and they are always mentioned. They Remember Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Maybe I should give a try about it again.
It is one of those songs which I discovered as a great Iron Maiden song very late. I think it was 5 years ago, where I immediately recognized, hey, wait a minute, wait a second. This is really a fantastic song. And from that moment on, from time to time, I listened to it. And what was really surprising to me, normally I thought really I don't like Paul Diano, his voice. I always prefer Bruce Dickinson. But as I said when I talked about that song, here it fits very well. And from that moment on, I said, well, it's one of my favorites.
It's a great album, great debut
Absolutely,
album.
absolutely, yeah, yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, if you are still with us, we actually made it on time. We're 42 minutes. Great podcast for a top 10 Iron Maiden, don't you think, Rainer? Yeah.
Absolutely. I liked it.
So let us know what is your top 10 down in the comments. Hit the like, hit the subscribe, do your share if you want to do. Nobody's forcing you to, but do it. Let us know which list do you think was better, mine or Rainer's. Very interesting picks, huge catalog. That's all for today. See you in the next time with another band that we are actually already digging with Rainer. So you will see it in the deep dive in the catalog. You will see it in a few weeks. So keep rocking. Thank you for staying until late to the whole episode with us, and see you in the next time. Talk and rock, baby.
Thanks, Michael, and thanks for having had me. Thank you.
Okay, my pleasure, man. Bye bye.
Bye bye.